I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Good morning, and thank you for being here, everybody. It's great to see you. I am Bonnie Rose. I'm one of the ministers here at the center. I welcome all of you as I welcome our folks that are viewing online. Thank you so much for joining us here in this center of love. I'm going to start with a few announcements. Let's see what we have here. Anything that I'm about to say, you'll find on our website, www.venturacsl.org. We also have ambassadors strolling around. They are wearing teal stoles, and you can ask them any questions, particularly if you're new. If you have any questions about our philosophy or the center, by all means, just jump in and ask an ambassador. We have a choir rehearsal today. Choir rehearsal is at 11:30. It's downstairs. Everybody is welcome, and our choir, Hearts and Harmony, is wonderful. You'll get to hear them sing today. We also have a science and spirituality group that meets the third Wednesday of every month. They are not meeting this month, but they'll be back in business in October. We are saving the date for a special concert with Freddie Ravel, who is a wonderful Latino jazz musician, and he's also a motivational speaker. That will happen on November 8th. And I think that's all of the announcements I have for now. So let's move right into the youth message. I'm just going to, if there's any youth in the house that want to come up on stage, you're welcome to join me up here. I think I see one or two. And it's just a very, very short youth message, so you won't be up here for long. I know, they're looking for Bill. Where's Mr. Bill? Okay, then. There's Miss Jessica. Hi. Yeah. Hi, Kaya. Good to see you, honey. There you go. Here comes Asher, too. Good to see you, kiddo. Hello there. All right, so we're just blessing our youth today because we have a fairly full service with a ritual for our practitioners. So I'm going to invite our youngsters and Jessica, their leader, one of their leaders, to stand up, if you would. Okay, let's have you stand up so everybody can see you. And then would you all please repeat after me? We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
We believe in you.
We believe in you.
You are the face of God. And so it is. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Thank you. All right. Miss Vicki, would you like to do a prayer for us? Shall we move this so it's a little closer to your mouth? How's that? Is that better?
I hope so.
How's that? Okay.
Good morning,
Good
church
morning.
people. And thank you, reverends, ministers, practitioners, for standing on this beautiful day here at VCSL. If you'd like, just take a moment to center yourself. Breathe in and rest into the truth that there is one life, one presence, one power. This I am presence of love fills me, and it fills everyone here today. I know that there is so much to be grateful for. There is an abundance of love surrounding us. And I celebrate and give great thanks to each and every practitioner of this church, past and present, all of the gifts they've given me and given to everyone here. The power of their hearts, the power of their prayers is priceless and is absolutely the evidence of good in this world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No words could speak the truth of my heart when I am connected to each one of you, knowing that we are the givers and receivers of peace and love, compassion, making this earth a place of joy, a place of freedom, a place of creativity. Humbly, I thank everyone who makes this service what it is today. The stories of Bill Hadras and Lonnie Cassidy, the prayers of Reverend Susan Burrell, and everyone who makes the music and the sound and the food and anything I'm forgetting, what makes this place so special. Last but not least, our beautiful Reverend Bonnie Rose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I release these words into God's love, knowing they are already done perfectly. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Vicki. And so it is, and so we allow it to be as we breathe deeply and allow our souls to rest in the beautiful consciousness that Vicki drew us into with such tenderness and compassion. As we breathe in and out, we settle our hearts, we settle deeply into our seats, and we open our hearts, our minds, and our beings, our souls, to hear the words of one of our practitioners, Jana, as she reads a piece that she wrote for our sacred reading.
Good morning, family. With all the violence and fodder and chaos in the world today, I feel a great responsibility as a practitioner of science of mind in the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living.
Step back just a little. There you go. Perfect. Thank you.
And to my own spiritual practice, that I felt the need to write something to lift the consciousness of the world, to shift and lift it in love. Violence is never something to celebrate nor a solution. No matter what we think of someone's views or politics, they are still a soul, a human being, a child of God. As a science of mind practitioner, I stand in the knowing that love is the only power that truly heals. Not hatred or revenge. When a voice is silenced by force, it is not a victory. It is a reminder of how much our world needs compassion, understanding, and shalom. I choose to rise above politics and personalities, holding the consciousness of love for every leader, every human being, every soul, because love can only lift us higher. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Jana. So let us together lift ourselves into the consciousness of love, into the place of understanding, the place that rises above any form of division or hatred or violence, moving into that place that absolutely knows that love is all there is, and that we can be the way of love, or that we can stand in the way of love. So let us be that place that steps aside and lets love pour through us as we remember who we are. We remember the essence of the divine. We remember that which is seeking wholeness through all things constantly, that ever-present reality that is infinite, that is eternal, that is expressing through all things, drawing us into greater understanding. Even through adversity, this presence draws us into this divine remembrance. We start with remembrance, we end with remembrance, because truly remembering the I Am presence, the power and the presence of love and wholeness in all things, is all there is, and it's all there is to do. So we allow that to fill our consciousness and trust that this leads us into kind and compassionate action in the world. But here together in this sacred community, let us join together in heart and mind and being to remember for ourselves, to remember for one another, to remember for the entire world that we are love in action. Love in thought, love in deed, love in kindness, love in compassion, love rippling out to the world and rippling back to us. As we seek to remember the I Am presence for ourselves and for all beings, let us sing together, I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I In the loving kindness of that divine remembrance, let us breathe in deeply. And then exhale, gently opening our eyes in love and in service to what is, as it is, and so it is. Namaste. So y'all, let's have the practitioners come forward. We're going to honor our practitioners. Thank you. So today we're honoring our practitioners, and some of them, many of them are here in person, some of them are here in spirit, some of them live at a distance, and some are not feeling well. So anyway, we're here with this beautiful, auspicious group that we love dearly. We've got practitioners and a few ministers on board as well. How many of you know what a practitioner is? Okay, so some of you don't. Okay, so a practitioner they're a fundamental, incredibly important part of the spiritual center and our denomination. They are the healing arm of the church, meaning that they hold the congregation in prayer. They do their own spiritual work, but they also hold the congregation in prayer. Many of you may know or not know. If you don't know, it's good for you to know that you can at any time submit a prayer request, and this beautiful group and beyond will pray for you and manifest your deepest desires into reality. So that's good to know that they're there. And then in terms of their own spiritual work, they've dedicated their hearts to being spiritually mature and present and filled with spiritual integrity and compassion. They uncover the hidden wholeness in every person, in every condition, to reveal truth. And to our practitioners, each of you has chosen a pathway in life that is rich and filled with spiritual discovery. To serve as a professional practitioner is to lead those who look to you for spiritual guidance and acceptance of the wholeness of spirit in all things. And for this work, you are very well prepared, not only through training, but through life itself. Am I right? Okay, good. Your deep understanding of principle and human nature, your compassion, is called upon by all who look to you, and you are the living embodiment of our teaching. You are a licensed professional practitioner. And I think I should pause and get off my script for a moment just to tell you all, oh crap, I'm going to cry. That's exactly what I wanted to say, oh crap, I'm going to cry. No, you all mean so much to me. Just thank you. Thank you all for being. I just adore every single one of you. Thank you. Thank you. And I think that you mean a lot to the people sitting here as well today. It's because, a lot of you also, you serve, many of you serve in very visible ways, but there are so many unseen, intangible ways that all of our practitioners serve. And so we appreciate all of you for that just so much. Thank you. Thank you for being, and thank you for being part of this center. We're going to do some vows now, so you can recommit, all right? So as practitioners of religious science for the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living, do you recommit yourself to this? Do you commit to anchor the VCSL vision with prayer? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Thank you. Do you commit to revealing the mystical wholeness in all things? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Do you commit to wholeheartedly practicing spirituals of loving kindness? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Do you promise to serve humbly and helpfully? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Do you promise to cultivate insight and self-care? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Do you mean it? Okay, good. So you can teach me, right? And do you promise to be love, share love, and serve love? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Thank you. Your act of dedication is the outward expression of an inner conviction that you have already made with your own souls. Through this consecration, you place yourself in honorable relationship with our center and with the entire world. You know the truth, and through thought, word, heart, and action, you reveal the truth. You reveal the truth to yourselves and to all of us, for there is only one of us. You reveal the truth so that we may all be free. We are intending to present pins to some of the practitioners that have served for many years, and the pins have not arrived. So I'm just going to say who will be receiving pins in the near future. 5-year pins. If you want to just raise your hand and let us see who you are. Christine Both, Kathy Walker, and Gail Matthews will be receiving 5-year pins. Yay! 10-year pins, Jonna Shane and Jennifer Luce. And 15-year pins, Lonnie Cassidy, Peter Frank, Joan Bergstrand, and Rick Southam. Awesome. Now I have a vow for all of you to do. Behold, the practitioners of the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. Do you promise to honor them, respect them, and lean on them? Will you acknowledge them as the healing arm of the center? And will you too be love, share love, and serve love in your relationship with our practitioners? If so, please say emphatically, we do. We do. So it is. And now, would you please repeat after me, all of us, to the practitioners. We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
We believe in you.
We believe in you.
You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right, and please be seated. Thank you. Who can name that tune? Pardon? Oh. It's the Triumphal March from Aida. I know the first line is Gloria al fito al Iside, but anyway, that's another world. All right, so we're getting ready for our guest speakers today. We have two practitioners that are talking about their experience, and we have Bill Seal was supposed to be able to speak today, but poor Bill is feeling, as I said, a little bit under the weather, so he is not joining us today. However, we do have the mighty and talented Bill Hadras starting us off, and then we have the mighty and talented Lonnie Cassidy. So go for it, Bill. Thank you.
In case you don't know what I look like. You got that up there? Good morning, everyone. You're welcome. Please. So I'm going to share with you some of my experiences that demonstrate how being a practitioner has made a difference in my daily life. 20 years ago, when I moved here to Ventura, I didn't even know what a practitioner was, right? I didn't even know what religious science was. We attended service here, and it was by a divine intervention, I believe. And what I heard and found being preached was what I always knew to be true inside of me. And my wife brought home this book. Uh-oh. Hey, all right. Thank you, tech team. It's the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And I read it. I had this epiphany that everyone is a practitioner, right? But really, I didn't know how to be one. And now I know at that moment, I really wasn't a very good one. I was arrogant, fearful. It manifested in I always had to be right. I'd be angry, especially when my expectations weren't met. My children could do that to me. Would easily lose my temper with them. And I was what my wife likes to call passive aggressive. Always finding ways to tell people I was better than them. So learning to be a practitioner mostly changed that, I would say. And in here, it says what a practitioner is. It says, the one who attempts to heal himself or another through a recognition of the creative power of mind and the everability of good is a mental or spiritual practitioner. Such a one refuses to allow negative thoughts to control his consciousness. He endeavors to greet the divinity in every man he meets. So I started on a path on how to pray effectively, control my consciousness, and greet the divinity in every person, place, or thing I meet. So I started taking classes here at the center, reading books, A New Earth. I remember my first class, Busting Loose from the Money Game. Books like Real Love, and I took all the classes. I learned coloring was fun again. I got to play with that. And as you can see, it was always dark when you come here to the center in the evening to take those classes. But after about 5 years, I earned the license that came with this stole. And most importantly, now I have this concept of oneness. So in here, again, in this book, there is no such thing as your mind, my mind, or God's mind. There is only mind, in which we all live and move and have our being. So this choice I have made has changed my life. It affected how I raised my children, made me a better parent. It affected how I related to the people at work and how I performed at work, and my relationships with my friends. So, my children, many of you have met my babies. Some, or today, one of them are here. I love you, Garrett. My spiritual growth has impacted their lives. I am very proud of them. And I hope my training has allowed me to teach them that God is always with them, because God is all of us. And now I know the choice is theirs. I have learned and found peace for myself by letting go of those expectations. They are their own souls. They are not a reflection of me. However, if you'd like, I could keep talking about them for the next few hours. Huh? What do you think? No? Maybe? No? Okay. All right. No, Garrett? All right. Enough about them. At work, I do consultative sales. I sell chemicals and chemical service in the oil field. Because of my practitioner training, I have learned to approach conflicts with how I am wrong. I now have become a much better listener, and I have my whole team and company learning from failures with self-forgiveness, finding gratitude, and even the most adverse situations. So everyone's, well, maybe not everyone, but have you heard the story of the 3 blind men describing an elephant? Perhaps. First one walks up, grabs the trunk, says, "Oh my gosh, this thing's a snake." The next one says, "No, it's not a snake," grabs the leg, "This thing's a tree. Look at this giant trunk, the tree leg." The third one walks into the side of it and goes, No, you're wrong. This is a wall. I just hit a wall." Well, they were all wrong, right? When I start with "I am wrong," I come from a place of humility. My responses are not threatening. I have found that most of the time, I really can't help when I assume I know what's going on or if I'm right before I really understand that other person's point of view. So once I get their perspective, I then see the whole elephant in the big picture. And then we solve that problem as one mind. I mentioned listening. Listening has also changed how others present themselves to me. For a time, I had a couch in one of my offices. And after completing my training, I noticed my boss would come in and lay down on that couch, like I was a psychiatrist or something. And I think it was mostly just to be heard in a safe place. Even customers started telling me their troubles, or, like I like to call it, thinking out loud about troubles in their lives, where they could think it through. I used to go offshore quite a bit, where I'd get on a boat and ride out to the platforms we see here in the ocean. And out there, I'd meet with people, and I was with one of the operators one day, and he's pretty sullen, pretty sad, and he started telling me what was going on in his life. It was pretty fresh as a practitioner at that time, so I listened, and then I said, "Would you like me to say a prayer for you?" He said, "Yeah." An alarm went off, and he had to go, right? It's like, phew, dodge that bullet, right? Well, it's amazing, because a little while later, not a little while, but later that day, I'm on the platform getting my life jacket on with the rest of the people leaving for the day. And that same operator walked up and saw all of us, and he was laughing and smiling and in a wonderful mood. He started telling everyone and pointing at me, "Hey, Bill's praying for me." But really, it was just a demonstration of how a few minutes and a small act of listening could profoundly change someone. I also mentioned my team and coworkers at work. About 15 years ago, I trained the man who is now my boss. At the time, I gave him a copy of that book, A New Earth, and told him that in this business, that when things go wrong, they always blame the chemical. And when we have, at that time, I guess you could say, we have to be like a duck on the lake or a pond. All that hits you, the duck gets wet, full of water, it just pulls up and rolls right off their back. To this day, when he tells me a customer is upset, berates him, lectures, or chastises him, he says, "Water off a duck's back," and he smiles at me. I have learned, don't take it personal. The past does not define principle. At each present moment, we can make a new choice. Some time ago, it was talked about here at the church, this book, Flip the Gratitude Switch. I shared it with my team. And apparently, some people read it. 2 days ago, this was Friday, this week, I was in a meeting giving my thoughts on a situation that a lot of people saw as a disaster. When I finished speaking, one of the coworkers said, "You just flipped the gratitude switch." And it's funny, it reminded me of a story he told a short time ago. He was in a safety meeting in Bakersfield and had the whole team in, giving the meeting, and there was one guy there just complaining the whole time, how everything was going terrible, things were bad, our procedures were making things worse, slowing things down. My coworker friend stopped him and said, "Hang on, tell me 3 things you're grateful for." He was like, "What? No. And he's, no. Come on, just give me 3 things you're grateful for. And he said, well, I didn't get hurt today. Perfect. There's 1 thing. Give me another. I woke up this morning. Yep. There's another great thing when you wake up in the morning, right? And last, well, he was a little more colorful in his language. It is the oil field, you know. And he said, I'll paraphrase, I didn't poop the bed, right? My friend said, great, perfect start of the day. No poop in the bed. All right, now, as part of your job every day, you have to say 3 things you're grateful for. He's like, I have to keep saying I didn't poop the bed every day? He's like, no. You have to come up with 3 new things every day you are grateful for. I told him, I think you just gave one of my children's messages here at my center. You know, over the years, friends, my wife and I have met here outside of church here in town, have come to our center and become part of this church. Some have moved away, and some are still here. A short time ago, one of them said, you know, Bill, we always thought you were so calm, understanding, not bothered by things, use the words, super zen. Right? Then she said, it turns out you were just well educated and learned how to be that way. You know, it's not too late. You, all of you, can too. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. So as I sat there and listened to Bill, I realized a little bit of my spiritual growth, because before being a practitioner, I probably would have snuck out to the bathroom and then to my car so I didn't have to speak after Bill. But one of the things I learned through all of the classes and the fellowship here is that we're all an aspect of oneness. And I am so proud to be part of this amazing practitioner corps that uplift me every day. I'm not like them in many ways, but I am them in many ways. I thought it would be important for me to take up the rear. And I wanted this picture because I didn't have a stole on when I was in that dumpster. That was pre-stole. So I wanted to take full responsibility for being up here today, because I always say that Bonnie asked me and you can't say no, but I actually volunteered because I have a little humor perspective of being a practitioner. I wanted to let you know that when I came to the church, I sat in the back where you guys are sitting. And I wanted a quick escape in case I didn't really like being here, or maybe the message was a little off. I could hit those doors. The front door knew where my car was. I was ready to go. Just letting you know, you back there can be up here. If you want to move, that's okay. So during my first days here, you know, instead of wanting to have a quick getaway, I listened to the messages on Sunday, and I heard something that I hadn't heard before. I've been in church a lot, but I heard, gosh, there's a different way of doing life. There's a different way of being. There's joy. There's happiness. There's friendship. Honestly, that wasn't a message that I had heard before. So I just kept coming. I kept coming to the center. I took classes. I volunteered, I hung out. I was like a bad penny. You couldn't get rid of me. It was like I found my family. And that was a really important part of my spiritual travels, is to find a community. And so I'd like to tell you that I see practitioners everywhere here. Some have the stoles, some don't know they're practitioners yet. And I know that to be true. I have my notes. So you ask me, like, how do I know that you too could be a practitioner? Well, you don't have to get in a dumpster, but if you do, I'll be right there with you. So I have a couple of questions to see if you might be a practitioner at heart. Have you been coming to the center for a while, or even this is your first day? There you go. You're halfway there. Okay, I know you might be poo-pooing the idea, but hear me out. Let me shake your world. To each of you, that exemplifies the values of the practitioner. See, I saw love in action as each of you showed up and found your seat today. I think you might have greeted someone. I think you might have said hello. And maybe thrown in a hug or two, if they wanted one. I'm a hugger, so. I also witnessed devoted service to creating today, that so many hands went together to make this a possibility, and you were part of it because you're sitting here, and you maybe didn't know that was your task, but you wholeheartedly showed up. And that's what a practitioner does. They show up, even in those days when maybe they don't feel like they're 100% practitioner, or they have to follow Bill Hadras after he speaks. Showing up is half the battle. So I just want to assure you that whether you feel that a practitioner opportunity is calling you, don't close that door, because you are a vital part of this community, your hearts and your souls. And each of you brings an indescribable value to our spiritual family. You are surrounded by the loving hearts that pray for your goodness and your life. So a couple of things that I would encourage you to do. So this morning, maybe say hello to someone you don't know, or someone you do know. Like, start small. Like, you could say hi to me, I'll say hi back. Then maybe venture into the social hall, which I have to say I did not do for a really long time. I hit the door. Even though I stayed, I still made a beeline for the door because the social hall was way intimidating. Hard to believe I'm an introvert, but I did not want to go in there. But there was good snacks and some yummy cookies, and my friends were showing up in there. So add that to your list to do if you are hitting the door on the way out to your car and skipping the social hall. Just set that as a goal. And then take a class. The classes are an amazing way to connect with each other. And you could be like me. I kept taking classes because Reverend Jennifer was taking classes. I didn't know I was on the practitioner track. I just liked hanging out with her. So you just find your own way. And then, participate in a Gourmets for God, or sign up to be a Gourmets for God host. Participate in the wonderful events that we have here, and I know that your love for your spiritual family will continue and deepen. And I am going to see you in a stole very, very soon.
I just have to add one more thing on what Lonnie said. There are practitioners receiving 15-year pins here, and I'm so grateful that you guys made it to 15. It makes me cry because they were my first group to teach. I'm so grateful for you guys. So now, why not just start crying? What the heck? And I echo what Lonnie said. We look forward to seeing you in a stole soon. So join with me once again as we drop into that beautiful vibration of love that is always present always accessible, because there is only mind, not my mind, not your mind, but the one, infinite, divine, loving presence. And so I am so grateful for, I am so grateful for the tears of joy, of gratitude that flow right now. I am so grateful for the open hearts here today, with stoles on or becoming those that will wear stoles. Knowing that that open-heartedness is what leads you deeper into your divine wisdom, intuition, and love. So knowing that this is what happens here every time we get together, this is what happens here even when we think about our center, when we begin to open to that truth of love that creates worlds, that divine intelligence that creates worlds, we can't help but lift up our mental, emotional, and physical bodies in healing, already done on the unseen side. So I know absolutely for each of us here today, we move forward in gratitude this week and every day with love, with joy, and holding a peaceful heart and giving kindness. Knowing this is true, knowing it is already done and complete, I simply release my word into that law of love that's always in action, regardless of what we think, because there's only mind. And I simply release this word and let it be, and together we say, and so it is.
Oh, great. Well, good morning. Some of us dressed for the occasion. Today's a basketball day. Today is Practitioner Sunday. I'm a practitioner, so I dressed appropriately. It's so good to see you all here. And I sat in the back, too. I just want you to know. And I sat in the back for a long time before I got into the Stoll custom group thing. Cult? No. It really is a joy to be a practitioner. And the other best part of being a practitioner is there is so much laughter that goes on when we are in, whether it's a board meeting, whether it is just the practitioners getting together, whether it is a Gourmet for God thing. I'm all about laughter. I'm all about fun. And if I can find it, you're going to find me there, because the rest of you will probably be there too. Right, Judy? It's really good to see you all here. Anytime you want to put up the prayer, I'd love to. We're going to do the appreciation for our center, and we do that through our gratitude and the giving. They still haven't put it up there. I could. The paper's not here. So, you know it? Good. Come up here and say it.
Should we do a repeat after me?
We could do a repeat after me.
Want me to start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can I have a mic, please?
There it is. Okay, never mind. We got it. Now we can do it. All right. So together we will say this. We trust in spirit. Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are. We offer this gift. It is an outer expression of our inner abundance and compassion. Our gifts bless many and return to us multiplied in miraculous ways, so that we may give again. And so it is.
Good job. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. We have a few more announcements and then we'll do our closing affirmation and song. So I think the tech team, we have a new workshop called Freedom of Forgiveness, and it's going to be facilitated by Shelley Ealer in 2 weeks at 1 p.m. here. It's a 1-hour workshop where she's going to teach you the Ho'oponopono way and using self-hypnosis to do forgiveness. But we have a video from Shelley in Hawaii right now.
Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian forgiveness process. Ho'o means to make, and pono means right. And the ancient Hawaiians believed that we are all beings of light, and that our primary purpose on this planet is to shine our light. And they say that if you go through life, if anyone hurts you or harms you and it's not resolved, it's almost if you pick up a dark black bag of energy and you begin to carry it within and it blocks your light. So the Hawaiians celebrated forgiveness work because it was an opportunity to release stuck, trapped baggage and shine their light again. And in our Western culture, we don't do that so much. If someone tends to trigger our baggage, we oftentimes like to push it down. So I love forgiveness work. Anyone who comes to see me in my practice, at some point we always do forgiveness work together because we often are holding resentments that we don't even realize, and it's blocking our light. On Sunday, September 28th, I'm doing a forgiveness workshop at VCSL from 1 to 2. It's also a hybrid class, so you can join on Zoom, in order to release stuck, trapped baggage that could be holding you down, that could be blocking your light. To me, it's no coincidence that I'm here right now in beautiful Hawaii, soaking up that energy of Ho'oponopono, and I'm excited to bring it to you. So I hope that you'll say yes, and I'll see you on Sunday, September 28th. Ho'oponopono.
We have another class coming up, and Lonnie and Bill were talking about the classes that help break these things open, kind of triggering those thoughts that you remember. We sing, I am remembering, and what are we remembering? We are remembering that we are all one, we are all divine, we are all here having this beautiful expression of life and God in this moment. And sometimes we forget, and sometimes we forget a lot. And sometimes we don't remember except when we're in this center singing, I am remembering. So this class, Self-Mastery, Emergence of the True Self, is an 8-week class. It's going to be hybrid. It's Thursday evenings from 6 to 9. I'm going old school. We're going the full 3 hours. We're going the full 8 weeks. We're going to dive deep into Ernest Holmes, and we're going to be diving deep into Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. and learning how this life, as Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. calls it, is a dream. And sometimes we have moments where we have clarity and we're awake, and then sometimes we go back to sleep. And we want to stretch those awake times. And this class is going to help you do that. We're going to take a break for Thanksgiving, I know, but I think that this class is a perfect class to set you up for the holidays. And then we'll meet a couple weeks after Thanksgiving to kind of anchor into everything that's coming up during the holidays, anchoring into what the truth is, and have that follow through into the new year. So if you're interested, there's signups online, and there's signups in the social hall at the concierge desk. Like I said, it's priceless pricing, it's hybrid, there's no reason not to take this course, and this is going to be a great way to break all of those things open, especially the people that are sitting over in that corner where I think we all sat when we first started coming. Bill and I sat right over there. So please, if you if you're interested and you're curious, come. And if you really want to deepen into what all this stuff means, please sign up. So that's my plug for my class, and it starts October 16th. So you have a few weeks still, but it starts next month. On a more fun note, hospitality, don't be like Lonnie. Don't be running out to your cars. Hospitality is through these doors here. We have snacks and coffee and tea and all sorts of things. We have the wonderful bookstore on this side over here. We have all of the books almost all the books that Bill talked about. Some different ones. Find your new reading that will help anchor you into things that feed you spiritually. And we have the concierge desk on that side for anybody that has any questions about anything that's going on. So with that, oh, and 1 minute miracles. I always forget the 1 minute miracles. If you had anything that came up and you want to pray with a practitioner, there'll be several practitioners down here in the front, and they would love to pray with you after service to anchor into something you're celebrating or something you're working through or any other questions or anything you might have. So with that, let's all stand and do our closing affirmation. Nope. No, you can all stand. I'm talking to Francis. We love Francis. He is stepping in because Brian is in Hawaii. So thank you, Brian, Francis. But it's the one that says, I am held in. There we go. Thank you. So let's all read this together. I am held in Spirit's holiness, divinely guided by wisdom, courage, and love. I am always connected. I am love. I share love. I serve love. Thank you for my life. And so it is, and so it is.